So what we're working with today is sour cherries, and we are making sour cherry jelly. Come along. Okay, so what we're going to start with is cleaning our fruit to make sure it's all clean. You always want to wash your fruit before you use it. So what we're going to do now is take our cherries and we are going to put them in a pot with water. And what we're going to do is put them on the stove to boil so that what I'm doing is letting them boil so that the pits will fall out. And then what I'll do is pick the pits out after they're boiled. Okay, so while your fruit is boiling, you're going to want to take your jars and put them in water and put them on the back burner so that they could boil and become hot. So when you get ready to put your hot mixture of jelly in there, that they're hot and ready to go. Okay, as you can see, the jelly has started to boil, and the liquid is hot. So what you want to do at this point is you want to add your sugar and your pectin, because you're going to that's going to cool it down. And then what's going to happen is you're going to let it cook until it comes up to a boil again. Okay, so what you're going to want is your jelly to come to a boil like you see here, a boil that you can't stir down. So the harder it boils and you can't stir it down, then that's when it's time to take it off. Okay, so this is where those hot jars that's boiling in the back is going to come in handy. So what you're going to do is you're going to scoop out some of your jelly mixture and you're going to pour it into your jar. And what you're going to do is leave a little bit of headroom on the top. You're going to fill it up but not fill it up all the way, just leaving a little bit of headroom. As you can see in the jar, let's do another one. So let's get a jar out of the hot water. And then what I'm doing is putting it in a bowl. And we're going to start to fill that up also. And then you just keep doing this continuously until you have all of your jars filled. And I think this mixture right here, just this little bit of mixture, made probably like 5 or 6 jars of jelly. So what you do then is you take your tops, your lids, and you put them on, which is also in the boiling hot water with your jars. You put them on, and then after you finish putting all of your lids on, what you're going to do is put the rings on, which is also in the hot water. And you're going to put them on and finger tight them, in other words, so that they're not really tight, but yet and still they're tight. Because what's going to happen is they're going to seal once you take them through the boiling process. So now that I have all of my jars, jelly in my jars, the rings are tightened, what I'm going to do is put these same jars back into that hot water that's in the pot in the back to process them, so that when you take them out, you will hear the jars suck the pressure out, which means they're sealed. And then at that point, that's when you could set them aside to cool off. And then you can put them up in a dark place in your cabinets or somewhere, and you could store this jelly for up to a year. And then the processing time, I usually process my jelly for like 15-20 minutes. But you can do it at 10 minutes, but I usually do mine 15 to 20 minutes. And then after that, I set them on a towel to cool off, and you have jelly. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Nothing better. And what I'm using as far as jelly-wise is I'm using the sour cherry, because at this point I haven't finished processing the mixed fruit. So as you can see, some jellies will have a soft set, and some will have a firmer set. So this jelly just happens to have a softer set. And boy, I tell you, is it good. It's like a refreshing jelly. I've never had a refreshing jelly like that. So what I'm doing is just going ahead and spreading it on, just like you would do any other jelly. You just spread it on your sandwich, And you could see the little particles in there. That's part of the cherry that I left in. You could you could take it all out if you like, but I prefer leaving the little cherry bits in there because that really gives me the good taste of a peanut butter sandwich. So there it is, my sandwich, and here I go. Mmm, so delicious. Nothing like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay, so thank you for exploring the jelly making process. It's really easy. You don't have to make a great big batch. You can just make a little bit, a jar or two if you like. And there are tools that you can use to lift your jars out and to pour your jelly in. There's funnels that you can use. Thanks for joining me on Exploring Foods with Smitty. Hit the like and the share button, and most of all,